How do you do, Mr. Van Cleve?
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. It's very kind of you to receive me.
Not at all. Oh, please sit down.
Thank you.
I hope you'll forgive me, but we're so busy down here. Really, sometimes it looks as if the whole world is coming to hell. Frankly, I haven't had an opportunity to familiarize myself with your case. When did it happen, Mr. Van Cleve?
Tuesday. To be exact, I died at 9:36 in the evening.
I trust you didn't suffer much.
Oh, no, not in the least. I had finished my dinner.
A good one, I hope.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I ate everything the doctor forbade. And then, well, to make a long story short, shall we say, I fell asleep without realizing it. And when I awakened, there were all my relatives speaking in low tones and saying nothing but the kindest things about me. Then I knew I was dead.
I presume your funeral was satisfactory.
Well, there was a lot of crying, so I believe everybody had a good time. It would have been an ideal funeral if Mrs. Cooper, a friend of the family, hadn't volunteered to sing The End of a Perfect Day. You see, all my life I had succeeded in avoiding Mrs. Cooper's coloratura. And this undoubtedly was her revenge.
Mr. Van Cleve, I can see that you have a sensitive, cultivated ear.
Well, thank you.
Then let me warn you. The music down here is anything but pleasant. Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, you hear them only above.
Yes, I know. It won't be easy not to hear the old masters again. And there are several people up there I would love to see. Particularly one. Very dear one. But I haven't a chance.
Have you tried?
No, Your Excellency. I have no illusions. I know the life I live. I know where I belong. I would like to get it over as quickly as possible.
Very well. If you meet our requirements, we'll be only too glad to accommodate you. Would you be good enough to mention, for instance, some outstanding crime you've committed?
Crime? Crime? I'm afraid I can't think of any. But I can safely say my whole life was one continuous misdemeanor.
My dear Mr. Van Cleve, a passport to hell is not issued on generalities. No, I'm afraid you'll have to wait until I have time to study your record.
Now, look here. I have to see His Excellency, and no office boy is going to stop me. I beg your pardon, Your Excellency.
Just a moment.
I'm Edna Craig.
Oh, yes, I have your record here. You'll be taken care of in just a moment.
Really, I don't want to seem rude, but I don't think I belong here.
In just
Please don't
a moment,
misunderstand me. I think it's a charming place, isn't it? Henry Van Cleve.
You know Edna Craig?
I'm sorry, madam. I seem to be at a loss.
Oh, Henry, think back. Many, many years. The little brownstone house around the corner from the old Waldorf.
Oh, Marmaduke Harrison's party. We were all dressed as children.
And you came as little Lord Fauntleroy.
And they wheeled you in a baby carriage. Little Constantinople.
Oh, Henry.
No girl in New York walked on two more beautiful legs than you. Little Constantinople.
Well, Henry, I still walk, and on the same two legs.
And I'm sure they're still as beautiful.
Well, Henry, I'll let you be the judge of that.
Those things are better left to memory. But I must admit you're beginning to interest me, Mr. Van Cleve. I think I can spare the time to listen to your story.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Please sit down.
Perhaps the best way to tell you the story of my life is to tell you about the women in my life.
Charming young lady, if I may say so.
Flogdell, I don't think I can stand this party. Get my hat and coat.
But, sir.
My hat and coat.
Henry! There you are. Many happy returns.
Thank you.
And now it's about time for you to come and meet the Strables. Where are you going?
Out.
I beg you to stay and behave like a Van Cleve just once. The Strables know it's your birthday, and they want to congratulate you. Oh, Martha. Martha?
Yes, Albert?
Dearest, I want you to meet Henry Van Cleve. This is the cousin whose birthday we're celebrating today.
Many happy returns, Mr. Van Cleve.
Cousin Henry?
Cousin Henry.
Thank you, Cousin Martha.
Well, here she is, Henry. Now I've done my duty bringing some new blood into the family. It'll be your turn next.
It's most unlikely.
Oh, nonsense. All you need to do is to meet the right girl.
It's difficult, Albert. I'm afraid I'll never have your luck.
Yes, no question about it. I'm lucky. Well, shall we go in? Father Strable! Father Strable!
Don't be afraid.
I should have told him. It would have been the thing to do.
It shall remain our secret, I promise.
Thank you.
Yes, we had a secret. The most innocent secret I ever had. It happened Saturday morning in Wanamaker's department store.
Hello, Mother. I'm at the hairdresser's. They're still doing my hair. Yes? Oh, yes. Just a moment, and I'll ask them how long it'll be.
Here was a girl lying to her mother. Naturally, that girl interested me at once.
They say it'll take about 15 more minutes. I'll be home at the most in half an hour. Don't worry, Mother. Goodbye.
Why was this angel lying to her mother? I had to find out, so I followed her. But even if she hadn't lied to her mother, I would have followed her anyway. May I help you, miss?
Thank you. I would like to see you. Are there no women clerks?
Unfortunately not. But it might make you feel a little easier if I tell you that I'm the one usually chosen by the management to handle the more delicate situations. As a matter of fact, they call me the bookworm's little mother.
Well, it's, maybe I better come back some other time.
Please, miss, my employer is watching, and if he sees me losing a customer, it might cost me my job.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Naturally, I wouldn't like to deprive you of your livelihood.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you again and again.
Well, the title of the book is,
Yes?
I saw it in the corner of the second window. Between to have and to hold, and when knighthood was in flower.
There you are. I probably should apologize. I imagine I should have called you madam.
No, it's still Miss.
But not for long, I presume.
That's quite right. How much is the book?
Oh, we would be only too glad to charge it if you would be kind enough to give me your name and address.
Thank you, but I'd rather pay. How much?
It's very expensive.
Oh, that's all right.
Now, this is against the interests of Mr. Brentano. But since I am, so to speak, your literary confessor, I must be honest with you. Don't buy this book. You don't need it. I'll tell you something much more appropriate for you. Leave your nest and fly away with me.
Well, I might buy that book, too.
Well, we don't have it in stock right now, but I'd love to discuss the idea with you. And if you like it...
I'm afraid I haven't much time. So please, will you tell me how much is How to Make Your Husband Happy?
Look at her. Dr. Blossom Franklin. Now, where could a woman like that have found out how to make her husband happy? You certainly don't want to learn anything from her. You're so charming, so young, and so beautiful.
I beg your pardon. You shouldn't say such things.
You see, miss, when selling literature, one gets poetic. And you must forgive me if I take poetic license once in a while.
I'd rather not discuss it any further, and if you don't mind, I'd like to buy this book.
I do mind. Now, imagine I'm the man you're going to marry.
I couldn't imagine any such thing.
Well, what's the matter with me? You think I'm that terrible?
Please, I just came in here to buy a book, that's all.
I understand. But for the sake of discussion, let's say we are getting married. Believe me, I don't want anybody to tell you how to make me happy. The greatest gift you could bring me is to be just as you are. Adorable.
All I want is a book.
Stubborn, eh?
What?
Pardon my poetic license.
If you don't change your attitude, I shall have to complain to your employer.
I'm not employed here. I'm not a book salesman. I took one look at you and followed you into the store. If you'd walked into a restaurant, I would have become a waiter. If you'd walked into a burning building, I would have become a fireman. If you'd walked into an elevator, I would have stopped between 2 floors and we'd have spent the rest of our lives there. Please forgive me, but you can't walk out of my life like that.
I think your behavior's outrageous. It's mad. I must insist that you leave me at once.
Never, never.
Man annoying you, miss? If he is, just say so. I'll take care of him.
Am I annoying you? Tell the officer.
No, the gentleman was just saying goodbye. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.